I lied. CD Projekt Red aren't the kind of cheeky devs that would announce Night City Wire Episode 2 to take place on 91 days from launch, just to take advantage of the meme. No, they're the kind of cheeky devs that would make the announcement a day after I upload my speculation video and make the date for the event a day before I said they would announce it. But hey, honestly, I'm not going to be upset this time around for being wrong, as we're actually getting Night City Wire much sooner than we all anticipated. That being this Monday, August 10th, so let's talk about that. Alright, what's going on guys? It's Epoxy, and today we're going to be talking about Night City Wire Episode 2 that just got confirmed for August 10th, so this Monday. But before we get into that, feel free to go ahead and make fun of my spectacular fail of a speculation video the other day where I predicted the announcement on August 11th and the event to take place on August 20th. So I'm pretty sure you all can gather by that I was off by a long shot, but honestly, I'm not going to complain that it's even earlier than I predicted, as that just means that Night City Wire Episode 2 is only 4 days away. Which, by the way, if you'd like me to stream the event here on YouTube, let me know down in the comments section below. However, we didn't just get the date, we of course got the time as well, that being 9 a.m. Pacific Time, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central European Summer Time, and 2 a.m. Australian Eastern Time. But of course, since Australians live far into the future, it will be August 11th for them. We also got a bit of a tease for what we can actually expect from the event, as in the announcement tweet, they said the following. This time we'll share details about life paths, show you the types of weapons you'll be using in the game, and discuss refused transformation into samurai. So we already thought we learned a good amount about life paths in Cyberpunk 2077, but I guess they're actually going to be taking an even deeper dive into what life paths have to offer. We will also be getting what I assume is a deep dive at all new weapons in the game that we haven't seen before. So if that's the case, you already know that I'll be making an updated all confirmed weapons video. Either way, that should be very interesting, as we have already seen a lot of weapons in the game. I do hope that we get to see some more weapons for Rostov and some weapons for Nakota. There's a lot of weapons that we don't know about. So for all we know, we could be seeing a load of new weapons or just a handful of new weapons. And we also know that CD Projekt Red doesn't like to spoil a lot, and we haven't seen a lot of gameplay, so there could be way more weapons than we currently even can think of. And when I say we haven't seen a lot of gameplay, what I mean is we haven't seen a lot of gameplay deeper into the game. A lot of the gameplay is very early on, so it'll be interesting to see what they have to show. I also question if they will be showing us some more cyber weapon action to go along with it, as those are classified as weapons. In fact, in the gig trailer, they showed us a very short glimpse of the micro missile launcher cyber weapon, and I can't even imagine all the different possibilities that there are for cyber weapons. So I think that should definitely be one of the focuses in Night City Wire Episode 2. I don't want them to show all of the cyber weapons, as I'm sure they're much more limited than a lot of other things in the game, but they'll be interesting to see nonetheless. And then there's the potential of maybe getting a deep look at weapon modification, as that is related to the weapons, which we haven't had a detailed look at as of yet. And I'm genuinely hoping that weapon modification has a decent role in this game. I hope it's similar to something like that of Fallout New Vegas or Metro Exodus. Really, I hope that there is a good amount of weapon modification in this game, as I think weapon modification is honestly a really strong RPG element, especially for the combat in a game like this, because it allows you to not only get statistic improvements, but you can also have drawbacks depending on the different attachments, and there's just a load of potential there. It seems like there's going to be a good amount of weapon modification. We've seen what looks to be suppressors in the game. We've seen multiple different sights, so the potential is there, and I cannot wait to finally get a look at it. So hopefully that is there at Night City Wire Episode 2. Then we'll be learning a bit about Refuse. So for those of you that don't know, that is the Swedish hardcore punk band that is taking on the role of the samurai in Cyberpunk 2077. So lots of interesting details for episode 2. I will say there will likely be even more surprises in the event that they didn't detail in the tweet. I don't expect that they would just announce everything that they're showing, but that could definitely be the case. Maybe they want to temper people's expectations, but I do want to say that I definitely don't think we will be seeing any story related content, as CD Projekt Red doesn't want to spoil much of the game. If anything, they will only show necessary information for when they're talking about life paths. So overall, I would expect this to be much like the deep dive that we got in 2019, where they dive into the more specific features of the game. So again, expect a detailed look at the life paths, weapons, and also the samurai band that is featured in the game. And some of the other things I think would be really cool to take a look at is the crafting, which now that I think about it, I don't think we have any real information on. So crafting is something I would love to see more details on for this game, as we don't really know much about it or how it will work. So I hope we'll see it sometime soon. I would also like some sort of tease for the perk system that we haven't seen for a very long time. And by a very long time, I mean since the deep dive footage, as apparently it has changed dramatically, as not only have the skill trees changed, but apparently there are way more perks than there used to be. It is said that there's probably around 220 plus, and that's just a lowball estimate. So there's a lot of perks in this game, so if we could at least get a little bit of a tease. I don't want to know about all the perks, as I want there to be surprises, but I did actually make a video talking about all the confirmed perks in the game, and as of right now, we only know about some more generic perks that only slightly increase stats and that sort of thing. There's not really super unique perks, I guess you could say. So I'd definitely be interested in learning a little bit more about perks. I don't know if we'll see it this time around, but I think it's definitely something we need to see in the future. Another thing that I think a lot of people want to see is an updated look at the character creation. Seeing some of the customization options that they have now in the game would be pretty cool. And then of course, there's just some other minor things like inventory and inventory management, the shop UI, and also even an updated look at V's apartment. There are a lot of things that they could show us, so yeah, I can honestly only dream of what they will. And while we're at it, let me know down in the comment section below, what would you most like to see in Night City Wire Episode 2 or even Episode 3? What do you want to see the most in this game? There's a lot that they could show us that we've never seen before, or that has changed dramatically since we last saw it. So Night City Wire Episode 2, even if what they said they're showing is all that they show, is going to be absolutely kick-ass, and I cannot wait to see what CD Projekt Red is willing to show us, as they seem to be very limited on what they want to show. I do also question if they're going to acknowledge any of the criticism that they received from Night City Wire Episode 1, such as a lot of people saying that they didn't like the driving, a lot of people didn't like the melee combat, and a lot of people weren't a huge fan of the brain dance gameplay. So it'll be interesting to see whether or not they acknowledge or change any of that, but we'll have to wait and see. But I think that there might be some surprises, which will make it even more interesting. So I want to know all your thoughts on that down in the comment section below. I'd also like to remind all of you that this won't be the last Night City Wire episode either, as according to their website, there is an episode 3 planned for Night City Wire, and if I were to guess, it will most likely be in October. That is, if there is once again another 2-month gap between events. That would also leave the event to occur right before the actual launch for the game, meaning that episode 3 would happen a few weeks, basically a month right before the game launches, which I think would be the perfect time for the final event to get people hyped just before launch. And we are expected to hear some information about the DLC for Cyberpunk 2077 before launch, so we might even see or hear some information on the DLC in episode 3. They might just announce something on their social media channels, or plans could have changed and we won't hear about the DLC until after launch. We'll just have to wait and see on that one, but of course I will cover that as it comes out. Either way, I just wanted to bring you this quick bit of news, as I know a lot of you are excited for Night City Wire Episode 2, just as I am. And again, let me know if you'd be interested in me live streaming the event here on YouTube. But that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please smack that like button down below, subscribe to join the fight if you haven't already, and ring that bell icon to stay updated in all of my future videos. It'd be super greatly appreciated as always. And until next time, this is Epoxy signing off.